Applying information technology into teaching foreign languages in universities and schools is one of the important advances of Vietnamese education in recent years. In Vietnam, many schools and institutions have invested in equipment to help teachers innovate teaching methods.
Trường Kinh tế Quốc dân vừa đưa vào cái khối giảng đường trên 100 phòng học khá hiện đại. Và trong cái khối giảng đường đó, nhà trường đầu tư vào 6 phòng học ngoại ngữ chất lượng cao, học có phần mềm, có hỗ trợ ở các cái phương tiện trong cái trường học ngoại ngữ. Thì đây là những cái nơi trải nghiệm học ngoại ngữ rất tốt cho các em sinh viên trong một cái môi trường năng động, và đúng là lấy sinh viên làm trọng tâm trong cái quá trình, làm trung tâm trong quá trình đào tạo, thí điểm đối với môn ngoại ngữ.
The application of information technology to education is increasingly popular, which means that teachers also need to improve their knowledge and sensitivity in using the softwares and applications to achieve the highest results in teaching in this new method. Hello, you're watching Sharing Vietnam on VTSTAN Net channel. Applying new information technology application in improving the quality of teaching and learning foreign languages is a new trend in education of Vietnam. In today's program, we are going to have a conversation with Ms. Jacqueline Joy Gischbaucher, the English language specialist with U.S. Department of State, about this new trend in Vietnam. Thank you, Ms. Jacqueline Joy, for joining our program today. Firstly, could you please share about the cooperation programs between the Faculty of Foreign Languages and the U.S. Embassy?
So the cooperation that exists between the U.S. Embassy and National Economics University is through the English language programs. So the specific relationship with National Economics University was with the Faculty of Foreign Languages, and they were concerned about how to upgrade their instructors on how to increase their technology in the classroom and their information and communication technologies, and they wanted them to think about how they could build their capacity so that it would help their students' learning outcomes, especially for their English for specific purpose students, so their students who are going to be using English for the business world once they graduate.
How many universities are in the plan of this training section?
Yeah, for this very specific job, it's just with 3 different institutions. So I'm here just for 3 weeks, and so what the Regional English Language Office will bring somebody from America who specializes in a very specific topic, and then try to use that time wisely to spread across different institutions within Vietnam. So within the 2-week period that I'm here, I'm working mostly with the National Economics University, doing blended learning English training, and then with one other institution just outside of Hanoi, and then also with the People Security Academy, so working with the police and security forces, as they're also trying to incorporate technology into their English language classrooms for their police cadets.
During the time you are training lecturers and teachers in the National Economics University Faculty of Foreign Languages, what feedback about this application do you receive from them?
Yeah, it was really wonderful to work with the faculty. They were really receptive to the training, and I was surprised to hear that some of them actually applied the training right away. So part of the feedback that I got from them was that they would come to our training room the next day and say, oh, I tried out this technology in my classroom yesterday, this is how it went. So that was really positive for me to hear that they were able to apply something directly from our training straight into their classroom. But beyond that, I did get some feedback from the instructors that they were happy to hear some new ideas that they can use in their classroom, but also to sort of refresh their knowledge about the pedagogy and principles that goes behind using technology in the classroom.
The demands on our students once they graduate from our university.
Under the cooperation program with the U.S. Embassy, the Faculty of Foreign Languages, National Economics University invited experts from the U.S. to share about the implementation and effectiveness of the information technology in teaching foreign languages. They are language experts with many years of experience, practicing similar programs in several countries around the world. Foreign language teachers participated in a 2-week training course. This is also an opportunity for teachers and instructors to become familiar with useful teaching aids, ways to interact with students effectively, and to change teaching methods in more appropriate way with the supportive softwares.
This way or that way or any way that we are being directed to do.
Ngoài cái phương pháp truyền thống ra thì bây giờ các thầy cô có thêm một số cái phương pháp áp dụng các cái app ở trên mạng như kiểu là Nearpod hoặc là OneNote. Thì em thấy cách này khá hiệu quả. Khi mà dùng Nearpod thì các bạn trong lớp em thì sẽ được kiểu tương tác với cái độ tương tác của các bạn và thầy cô sẽ được nâng cao hơn. Và khi mà dùng Nearpod thì em thấy là các thầy cô sẽ giao tiếp được với tất cả các học sinh trong lớp, chứ không riêng gì 1-2 bạn.
Chúng tôi cũng đã sử dụng cái công nghệ thông tin vào trường cũng khá là lâu rồi. Nhưng mà bây giờ thì do một cái điều kiện rất là tốt, đó là cơ sở vật chất mới và mọi cái là tôi nghĩ là rất là đầy đủ và thuận tiện cho giáo viên có thể sử dụng được các cái phần mềm cũng như công nghệ thông tin vào giảng dạy. Mà bản thân mình là một người giáo viên dạy thì mình hoàn toàn nhận thấy là sinh viên rất là hứng thú với cái việc học kèm với công nghệ thông tin, cũng như là những cái mà các bạn ấy nhận cái tiến bộ ở đây, có nghĩa là mình cảm thấy sinh viên hào hứng học hơn, cũng như là khi mà các em ấy tham gia học trên lớp học thì có đầy đủ hơn này, hoặc là những cái bài test ngắn với cả giáo viên thì các em hoàn toàn về nhà có thể sử dụng công nghệ thông tin để mà học thêm. Nên mình nghĩ là cái phần đặc biệt là những cái phần nghe, kỹ năng nghe hoặc là kỹ năng đọc là các bạn ấy tiến bộ hơn.
Information technology is now opening up a great prospects for innovation in teaching methods and forms. The application of information technology into teaching has greatly contributed to creating interest in learners by providing materials for learners by various channels, such as images, text, and lively audios. Students are easy and receptive to understand lessons, thereby improving the quality of education. Could you please share in details about the application which can be used to improve the quality of learning and teaching the foreign languages?
For this particular training, I worked in cooperation with the Dean of the Faculty of Foreign Languages to figure out what the needs are for the faculty here. So every context is very different. For this particular university, the student or the teachers already have access to Office 365 and Moodle, and the last one is they can access some open source technology. So we decided to focus the training on those 3 areas. We started with the Office 365 tools of Sway and Forms, and those are really tools that the instructors can use to develop content for an online classroom. So we talked about how they could create lessons and surveys using that material to engage students in an online environment. We also did our training in a Moodle site, so all of the instructors have access to Moodle here. So I really wanted them to experience blended learning from the students' point of view. So our 2-week training was both face-to-face and online using the Moodle platform, where they had to do both some online activities and face-to-face activities. And then finally, when we met face-to-face, we went through 5 different tools. I already mentioned the first 2. The Sway and Forms, and then we did some open source technologies that we call freemium, because there's usually a free version for teachers, but then they can pay more if they want more features. We did Nearpod, which is a presentation software where they can create almost like a PowerPoint for the classroom, but include some interaction through quiz questions or collaborative writing environments. The students could even draw on the screen. We also did Padlet, which is a really nice collaborative software where students can engage in discussion or collaboration or brainstorming on a virtual platform.
So could you please share, during the time that you are working and training here, what difficulties and challenges do you encounter?
Certainly the lack of internet and all of this learning spaces where we want our students to be learning. So I think National Economics University is sort of fortunate in that they do have a lot of Wi-Fi available for their students, but that's not always the case, and that does create some problems if there's not access to the internet, because a lot of this technology is internet-based, so if you don't have it, you can't use it.
So after the training section, what are your opinions on the adaptation of Vietnamese lecturers toward these applications?
I think that what I've learned from my time here at the National Economics University is that the instructors really are very motivated to develop their own practice and to sort of innovate the way that they teach with their students. I think that the only difference is that they're sort of lacking the infrastructure behind it and maybe some training. So you can't really apply that if your students don't have access to internet or to a computer or a smartphone at home.
Could you please share about the efficiency of these programs which have been applied in education in America?
I think when you compare the education systems between America and Vietnam, the resources are really available in both places. Those technologies that I just mentioned can be used in both areas and are used in both areas. I think the big difference that I noticed is that in America, those technologies are more of a normal part of the curriculum already. So maybe the instructors and the students both are more familiar with them, and they have sort of already become integrated sort of seamlessly into the education system. In Vietnam, I think that I see a lot of that happening already from what I heard from the instructors. They're already, so it's just a matter of making the instructors feel comfortable using new technologies and helping them to understand how and why to use those, and then training the students to use them as well.
What lessons in improving the quality of teaching and learning foreign languages can Vietnam learn from the US?
Really, they need to focus on the instructors first. Teacher motivation is really a key component of having success in integrating technology into the classroom. And that is something that really needs to start from the very, very top with your administrators at the institution, really pushing for training the instructors. And then once you get buy-in there, then it sort of trickles down to the instructors. They need to see and feel that they're supported by their administration through practical training with new technology and through pedagogical training, so they're actually learning not just how to use the technology, but why they should use it and what are the best ways to apply it to their classroom. And then from there, hopefully that motivation will continue to trickle on down to their students, because it doesn't necessarily mean that they understand how to use technology for language learning. So we have to continue upgrading everyone down the line from the very top with the administrators down to the instructors, down to the students. So I think that would be the biggest lesson, is really provide the support that the instructors need so that they feel motivated to integrate technology.
Thank you, Ms. Jacqueline Joy, for all your sharing today. We hope that U.S. Embassy has more cooperation programs with the universities in Vietnam. That is the end of our program today. For more information, please don't hesitate to send emails to us through sharingvietnam@netvietTV.net. Thank you and see you next time.